Hello and welcome to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton, and welcome to another 24/7 news report. The headline news today comes from Paddy Boyland, and it's that Everton are in the final stages of completing a deal with Villarreal for Tierno Barry for an initial fee of €32 million. We've gone on about Barry over and over again, so I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet for you all. Good fee, I think. The release clause was €40 million, so I can imagine we may add it up to that with add-ons. It might be 32 million up front with some add-ons, but I think this is a really good bit of business. There is a tweet from La Liga London about Barry. I think it's a really insightful read, so it will be linked in the description below. Gives some real good details about Barry, the type of player he is, how he'll fit into Everton's system, his flaws, his strengths. I'd definitely recommend reading it for anyone who is interested in the Barry signing, because I think it gives you a real insight on the type of player he'll be, and I think it helps temper expectations a little bit that he's probably not going to be the striker that comes in banging in goals. I just don't expect it. He's still got some development to go, but I do think that's why we signed him. I think there's plenty of potential to be a huge name in the future. I think it's a really good signing, really good signal of intent from Everton. And yeah, I think that's about it really, without going into too much detail once again on him. Paddy Boyland also reported that Michael Keane and Idrissa Gueye are both close to signing new Everton contracts. We've gone over this quite a lot. Idrissa Gueye was one of our best players last season. Needed to get him re-signed. Hopefully the age hasn't caught up with him over the summer. But this is something we need, because it now clears up another hole in the squad of us. I think that's had another defensive midfielder to replace him. But yeah, fantastic business. And Michael Keane's just a backup centre-back. Much better than us going out there and buying one, to be honest with you. I'm not the biggest fan of Michael Keane. I haven't been for years now. But as a third choice centre-back, I don't think he's the end of the world, to be honest with you. Jarrad Branthwaite signed a new 5-year contract with Everton until the end of June 2030. Again, I've said this before, as good as making a star signing this, getting Branthwaite locked in until 2030, I think is a big piece of business, because it means we're in control. It also means if someone wants to come in, they're going to have to pay the big money for him. I expect him to be starting for England at the next World Cup, so we've seen how much a good World Cup can inflate a player's value. I do think Branthwaite may genuinely be worth that. I do think he's one of the better centre-backs in the Premier League, but again, fantastic bit of business, still young, probably still got room to develop as well, so I think this is absolutely amazing business from the club. I think it's, again, it's all firing on all cylinders today, this news video. It's all good news from what we've got so far. The next bit of news comes from Mark Douglas, and it's that former Norwich City goalkeeper Angus Gunn has been offered to Everton as a potential backup to Jordan Pickford. We did run a poll about this on the Twitter. Angus Gunn to Everton, leave us your thoughts. If you ever want to vote on any of these polls, it's at Everton Newsfeed. 2,197 votes. 42% of fans said that they would take him. 39% of fans said that they are unsure, and the final 19% said that they would not take him. Not a big fan of Angus Gunn. Don't think he's a good goalkeeper at all, to be honest with you. Maybe mid-table championship level. As a backup, I guess, I think Virginia's probably a bit better than him, but I don't really think it's any ambitious news. A backup goalkeeper isn't really bad. You could probably get a better goalkeeper on a free, to be honest with you. I think Angus Gunn is available on a free, but I just don't think he's very good at all, to be honest with you. I think he's quite a shaky goalkeeper, and maybe training with Pickford and things will help, but I'm just not too sure on him, to be honest with you. The next bit of news comes from the Mail Sport, and it's that Everton are interested in Argentinian left-back Nicolas Tagliafico. The 32-year-old is a free agent after his contract with Lyon expired this summer. West Ham and Sevilla also have interest. Tagliafico is a player that we've spoken about a little bit in our time as well. Sorry, I've just got to grab something quickly. Someone we've talked about in our time. We've been interested in him for a few years now. I think while I've been here, there's been probably reports on signing him every summer, really. But we did run a poll. Nicolas Tagliafico to Everton, leave us your thoughts. 2,960 votes. 65% of fans said that they would take him. 26% of fans said that they are unsure, and the final 9% said that they would not take him. 32, so I can understand the crowd who aren't really sure, but I think he's a good left back. I think we desperately need a left back. At least someone to challenge Mykolenko. I'd prefer to just outright replace Mykolenko, but Tagliafico's a good player. Maybe a stopgap to sign a younger one if a younger player becomes available on the market. But I think Tagliafico could offer a lot. Again, free transfer, so I can understand why the club are looking at it. I think it'd be a pretty good deal. I think I may have said on one of the previous videos that I'd rather us getting someone a bit younger, but there's been no real link so far, so going from what we've heard, Tagliafico is a pretty good choice. The Mail also reported that Everton have inquired about Brighton defender Adam Webster. Brighton will listen to offers for the 30-year-old centre-back. Another poll, Adam Webster to Everton, leave us your thoughts. 27% of fans said that they would take him. 38% of fans have said that they are unsure, and then 35% of fans said that they would not take him, from 2,701 votes. I'm not sure if I said that already. Webster, I think he's on a similar level to Michael Keane, so I just don't see the point bringing him in. If we're going to bring in another young text, considering we have O'Brien already as well, and it looks like we're trying to sign a right back as well, so I don't think O'Brien's going to be playing right back this next season. We have 4 centre backs already. Do we really need a fifth? I don't think Adam Webster's much better than Michael Keane, like I mentioned either. I think this is just throwing, just throwing something at the wall and seeing if it sticks, to be honest with you. Another report from Mark Douglas is that insiders suggest that the number of new arrivals of Everton could stretch into double figures, given the number of slots that need to be filled. Again, throwing something at the wall to see if it sticks, to be honest. It's just looking at the squad and going, they need players, so it must mean they're going to sign a lot of players. No official reports about anything like that yet, so take it with a pinch of salt, but I would like to see us bring a substantial amount of players in. Maybe not double figures, but I think there's a lot of holes in the squad that need filling, and hopefully the Friedkins are willing to put the money in to fill those squad spots, if I'm going to be honest. The next bit of news comes from Football Italia, and is that Everton are considering a move for Roma right back Zeki Celik. Celik's another player who's been interested in a while now. Another poll with 567 votes so far. 54% of fans said that they would take him. 38% of fans said that they are unsure, and the final 8% said that they would not. Celik's decent, always has been. I think he's 28 right now. Only has 1 year left in his contract, and plays for Roma, so will probably be in a really cheap deal. Defensive numbers are good, passing numbers are decent. Has played some centre back too, so offers that in terms of versatility. I'd much rather have that than someone like Webster, someone who can play at fullback and in priority fullback, but can play centre back if we desperately need someone to slide in there. But yeah, I think that'd be a really good bit of business for how cheap he'll probably be. I think it's something we need. I would prefer if we brought in another right back as well, because Coleman should be a third choice now. Coleman's being kept for sentimental reasons. Nathan Patterson's just not good enough, so I would still like to see us bring another right back in on top of that. Moving on to some women's news, is that Kelly Gago has signed a new 3-year contract with Everton Women, keeping her at the club until the end of June 2028. Great bit of business. She's been really good since she's come into Everton. 4 goals and 2 assists in 10 games. Again, don't know much about her. I haven't been able to catch every women's game, so I'm not an expert, but her dribbling numbers look really good. Really good at taking someone on. And yeah, 6 goal contributions in 10 games. Can't fault her about bringing that in. Someone we'll really need if the women's side wants to push up the league a little bit next season. And we're ending off with some academy news. That academy midfielder Harvey Foster has signed his first professional contract with Everton. The 18-year-old has signed a 2-year deal running until the end of June 2027. So everyone at the Toffee Blues would like to say congratulations to Harvey, and hopefully he has a great career and someone we can see joining someone like Harrison Armstrong in terms of breaking into the Everton first team sooner rather than later. But that is all for this video. If you did enjoy, please make sure to like and subscribe. Follow us on Twitter at Everton Newsfeed, and follow me on Twitter at CallumBrennan3. And I'll see you all for the next video and or live stream that I am on.